items just waiting for you.
Фига себе, какие иллюзии. Волоська, здорово. Здорово, Волоська, как ты? Пог. Ага, пог. Это я. Душе. Вообще нафиг этот дух нужен. Он дает только одну характеристику. Забрали неплохая, кстати, 2 косаря. Не, продадим, нафиг она надо. Вы собираетесь продать сильный камень. Игра офигенная. Ну, правда, я проходил ее, блин, чтоб тебе не соврать, лет 10 может назад. Кто это? Кто это? Кто это? Что какое-то оповещение, только хрен узнает. А, подписался. Спасибо, Володька. Да. Я, наверное, ее перепроходил лет 10 назад. Я ее вообще, наверное, проходил раза 3. Вот, ну уже очень давно. А то что-то решил, так это самое. А чё бы и нет. Ты прикинь, что самое забавное, что она у меня есть на EA, типа на этом, на EAPS. Но через EAPS она не запускается. Там пишет, типа, мы не можем ее запустить, там причина в нашей стране. Чего? И мне пришлось бы на эту взять... далеко... 3 глава, то бишь мы прошли деревню, стоянку Тян, и сейчас вот прилетели вот в имперский город. Ну, это вот считай, что уже начало. Считай, что начало самое. Так, вот это оставим. Оставим. Так, теорию это можно тоже оставить, потому что... Ща покажу. Я покажу. Так, вот это надо продать, оно мне не нужно. Так, ну вроде бы нормально все, кажется. Ну, вот этот имперский город. Только сейчас это самое, надо слетать к этому, блин, туда, на остров где-то печь. Там я купил верную воду, сейчас мы попытаемся сделать это самое. Нет, отвези мне ключи. Так, да. Короче, там было что там, сюжетные предметы, конфигурация дракона. Так, блин, буду вспоминать. Это надо этот проходник или переходник и шестеренки вроде бы. И кнопка тигра, если... А честно, Володька, я уже и не знаю. какой любимый стиль? Вот, наверное, легендарный удар, наверное. Он был прикольный. Ну, сейчас вроде бы, когда пройдем арену, мы соберем вот эту вот стальную ладонь. Вот, когда арену пройдем. Там нам вроде, если я не ошибаюсь, должны дать третий свиток, чтобы собрать его полностью. Так, короче, погоди, что-то я это самое запизделся. Так. Горят пламя. Ну, это стопудово проходник, блять, переходник. Шестеренки, правильно? Главное не проебаться. Так. Так, погоди, мне надо дракон. Мне надо дракон. Или не дракон. Бля, или не. Или это котел, слушай, или может это реально котел. Давай, наверное, котел с шестеренки. Так, сейчас забубеним эту самую. Забубеним эту самую. Вот эта хрень. Так, бутылку закинули. Так, шестеренки, котел. Так, котел. И что там, какая там была кнопка? Тигра вроде бы, да? Вроде бы тигра. Да. Сейчас посмотрим. Отойди, звезда. Так, а почему кнопка не жмется? Кнопка дракона жмется. А, во. О!
There's just something about this place. I can almost feel it. It's on the tip of my brain. And then it's gone. Huh? What? Well now, what have we here? Well, isn't that just a golden carp full of luck? It's a wind map. Very sloppy ink, like it was crafted in a hurry, but I can decipher it. It would seem that someone wants to reward proper use of the furnace through some wind, like any other of its kind. Really, I think you'd have grasped the concept by... Oh, you mean specifically? Like the previous map, there is really only... We will have to leave the furnace before we can fly out, however. A little matter of needing the flyer. Just...
Я еще, короче, это, типа, знаешь что, Володька, если ты еще тут, я, короче... Когда еще решейды поставил, чтобы немножко графику подкрасить.
If we make it back to the real world, speak with me again and we can head off on that little wind map adventure. Did I say, if we make it back? Ah, yes, I did. Yes, what can I...
Ну, чтоб ты понимала, о чем я скачал, типа, эту, ну, знаешь, есть Reashade такой сайт, типа, вот. И тут можно, короче, ну, поиграться с графой. Я так, в принципе, скачал там, кое-что поставил, чуть-чуть настроил и сделал, ну, точнее, потому что если мы сейчас это все выключим... Ну вот, вот так это выглядит В оригинале. Вот так вот. Ну, то бишь это вот стандартная графа вот в этой игре, вот стандартная. Ну. А с решейдом типа выглядит вот так. А ну не знаю, мне кажется, так как-то более все четче становится. Ну, сугубо мое мнение. Ой, что такое? У меня игра что-то свернулась. Так, надо мне эту кнопочку Windows заблокировать.
Yes, what can I do for you? Busy. No time for chatty. I'm waiting for you to follow the map we found after using the I'm looking forward to this. Remembering things long forgotten is like getting to open a gift. More memories are hidden in this route. Interesting. Keep going. I begin to think there is a lot at stake here. Yes, I see things so clearly now. Interesting. No actual destination, but my memory is
Блять, на тоненького. На тоненького прошли.
Well, another exciting adventure. No new devices to build, but I have more than just memories to show for it this time. I hung a net out. Wait, I have nets? Yes, I do. I have a lot of things. Oh, good thing, too, we can use. With the proper configurations, these new elements can produce spectacular... I see what you mean. It does seem to be a rather complicated number of hoops to go through. Perhaps more will be revealed with further operation of the furnace. Lord Lao wouldn't leave such a thing unattended for no reason, much as I would never leave the marvelous dragonfly at the side of the road. Certainly.
О, шикос. Шикос. Походу сейчас мы еще один типа забацаем. Забацаем еще одну конфигурацию быка, правильно? Так, вот эта хрень сернистая вода. Водное колесо. А, ну все, изи. И кнопка дракона, правильно? Так, водное колесо там это типа турбень такая здоровая. Кнопка дракона, погнали. Погнали. Так, вот эта херня. Так, водное колесо и дымоход. Слушай, умеешь, блин, раньше клевые игры делать, блин, а не то, что сейчас какую-то хуйню там налепят и жрем это говно. Так, вот эта труба. И что еще? И что еще? Водное колесо. Водное колесо у нас где? Вот, водное колесо. Кнопку дракона надо будет сейчас бахнуть. О! Так, ну все получается. Больше пока схем у меня ж нету, правильно? Ну да, нет.
Well, given the rather fantastic name, you found one previously in an unrelated endeavor. I'm afraid that is very well. In the meantime, I will try to see if I can learn anything more about this interesting.
Так, тогда чё? Пошлите на арену тогда сходим. Берем этого козлодоя. И я хочу поставить, если ты знаешь, что... Ща приду сек. Так, сорян, отошел. Где там это была штука? Там типа на опыт был. Нет, не это. Я штука купил, этот камень. О. Вот эта штука полезна, кстати говоря. Все, погнали на это самое, на арену. На арену.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to...
I'm finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell. You couldn't see for yourself? I was just retired. Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui the promoter if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the third room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking...
О, видишь, типа, сейчас мы получили вместо 600 опыта 1300. Типа, ну, типа, камушек нам в 2 раза, типа, апает опыт. Опыт — это хорошо.
Welcome! It's always good to see a new face at the counter. If you've got silver to I'm known as Thunderous Tauren, and you are my most honored... You look like a warrior to my eye, probably...
If this place is still looking to collect what I owe them, there could be trouble.
Книга каннибалов. Нога поохотничья. На 5-10 человек используется одна нога. Вторую можно замариновать. Смешно. О, левел апнули. Нормально.
I run the straightest dice in the Imperial. Good odds and fair. A simple enough game called high-low. You predict how you'll roll against my toss and double your coin if you're right. You'll catch... That's what I was waiting to hear. So what'll it be? Will you... High it is. Let's... Even. House takes the pot on an even bust, Mike. What's it?
Вот сука гондона, а. Пользуясь заведением. Пишешь ты, пес.
That's what I... Let's...
Жулик.
Not enough spin on the wrist to best my roll, it seems. Don't worry. What? You called it right. A high... What's it?
Ай. Не, за 5 монет это вообще что-то ни о чем.
Don't you just love the Imperial Arena? No other place like it in all of the Jade Empire. Oh, poor Yukong. Captain Sen's still willing to do my husband's bidding and hunt him down, is he? I swear, my husband is insufferable. Yukong's a harmless aspiring actor who asked me if I would act as his patron. Since my husband was away from the city, again, I accepted and gave Yukong a moderate stipend. I thought he was charming. That was how my husband presented the situation to the authorities. He didn't want to face the shame of supporting a humble actor. My husband's a fool, but when he lowers his head, all I can do is let him charge and hope he rams something solid enough to... Probably less than my husband is putting forth as a bounty for poor Yukong. I would wager that you'll find him in the Scholar's Garden. Yukong was going to try out for that new play. It's going to be put on soon in the Golden Way, I'm told. Yukong was going to try out for a role as a scholar, so he may be using his costume to hide in the garden. He's not much of a scholar, so you should be able to spot him. If you happen to find creative Yukong, the poor boy did nothing wrong, and my husband... Good luck with your search. I have to get back to the estate, so much to do.
Sorry, big boy. I'm not open for business. Judge Fang's got me on his payroll, and he doesn't like me taking customers on the side. Unless you're into something twisted, then he might want to watch. Fang's always looking for some new perversion to make his little soldier stand at attention. My name is Gentle Breezes, but everyone just calls me Breezes now. I guess you lose your gentle side. Fang's my benefactor, if you know what I mean. I do all the things that make him happy. Filthy, nasty things. Judge Fang's the head of the Ministry of Harmony. He's sitting in the next room with his guards. Likes to come and watch the arena fight. The blood and the beatings in the ring get his fever burning for later. Sometimes that bastard takes it out on me. Other times he makes me take it out on him. He doesn't seem to care either way. There are a few things... I hate him. He's a vile, repulsive deviant. He likes to hurt. When things are bad, a man like that leaves scars. Look, I've been around. I know people do strange and disturbing things behind locked doors. There's no act too brutal or shameful for Judge Fang. He's into all sorts of things, and he's no strict... I've thought about quitting. Every night. But I heard what happened to the last girl who tried to leave Fang. He's not the kind of man you... He sees me as a possession. His possession. He's not just going to let me go. I'm stuck with Judge Fang until he's tired of me. I've come to accept that. It's a hard... Good.
Intolerable. One more mistake, Kui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem. But... Enough. Find a solution.
This is not an... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know... You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an
This place can chew you up and spit you out. Or so I'm told. The drinks...
Come with me a moment and we'll engage-itate in some dissertation. This is turning out to be an excellent day. I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my... Strong build, good shoulders, not half bad looking either. The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and I may not have heard your name before, but you walk like one who has seen many battles. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits. Here you fight for silver. Glory is yours for the taking if you value it. The rewards start small, but in the gold division, you could... In fact, our last champion, Raging Ox, did just that. Suddenly up and left to enjoy his winnings, clearing... You'll start low and advance on my say-so, but I can already tell you're going... You will face the flashing blade of Crimson Kana, the stern resolve of Iron Soldier, and the, troublesome triumvirate of the Sung Brothers. If you defeat these veterans, you will face the Ravager, our newest champion, who tore his way through the divisions to replace... Go ask them yourselves if you want to know more. Hapless Hans faced more than a few of them, too, if you want his perspectives. That's the spirit of the thing. Have a bit of a past that you'd rather not catch up with you? Think of something that would sound in... Raging Dragon, huh? Sounds fast and powerful. Then that is what you shall have. Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. One other thing, you should talk to the other fighters now and then. They will be watching you, and you should get to know them as...
We're all one big happy family.
You're a big, happy idiot, Han.
As you can see, they always have some... For your first match, we'll start you off against a mighty ogre. I'll be watching your style. Even our great champions start out against the ogre. Take
Здорово, Андрюха.
who
Здорово.
danced around the beast scene drunkenly to earn the crowd's favor, or the Ravager, who defeated him in a single blow. I should take a moment and explain the system we use here. That's the spirit. Dive right in with both feet first. It's not that difficult a system, and you seem bright enough to figure it out. Are you...
A new warrior does battle with the beast. Long sword.
That was an impressive beginning. Normally I'd have started you off against something easier, but you practically ooze. You've caught the eyes of the other fighters as well.
That really was a fantastic bout.
Beating the ogre's nothing special. I could have done better bound and blinded.
Да вообще, блин. Бедный мамон.
One fight does not make a champion, though. Since you held your own against the ogre brute last time, I've got 4 boys from some school west of the city who've been bothering me for some tougher matches. I'm giving you all of them at once. It'll wow the crowd and teach them a lesson at the same time. Remember to watch your... Are you...
Four students test their skills against one master.
Thousand gods.
Legendary strike.
Thousand cuts.
You won't see me here. Legendary strike.
Those boys won't be back anytime soon. Losing as a group to one opponent would shame a peasant, let alone a student of the martial arts. The crowd's starting to catch on to you. Have you noticed? People like you. And now I'm going to make sure they pay attention. I'm going to have a roughly hewn statue hauled into the ring. Are you ready?
Unyielding stone meets the press of time.
Longsword.
Excellent work. You have bested time itself in destroying that statue. No mean feat, I assure you. I think you're ready to face hapless Han. Show me you're ready for the big time, and I'll make sure you don't have to dance with the children. Are you? Excellent. Follow me, and we'll get you ready.
A chance to leave the qualifying division as Raging Dragon faces Hapless Han.
Legendary strike.
You dealt with Han very well. I knew you would. All of our professional fighters move past him eventually.
Kui, that will be enough. I bring you a message from my employer, Kai Lan, the Serpent. He is impressed with how far you have come. The Serpent wants you to know that he is watching your progress very closely. He is most interested to see how... Kui, you may breathe again. That is all I had to say.
Well, that was... Lucky Cho is a thug, pure and simple, but he's very good at what he does. He's also a member of the guild and reports directly to Kai Lan. Kai Lan oversees things here in the arena, and the guild ensures that the authorities leave us in peace. He has a distinct interest in the proceedings here. He retired some time ago, even before Raging Ox, who was the champion before the Ravager. He has become a very important man here with the help of a group called the... The Guild is the organization that controls all of the betting in this place. Between us, the Guild is also involved in more illicit activities. They are very sensitive about... Right now is a particularly dangerous time, as one of the leaders of the Guild has recently... Do not discuss them openly. The Guild has many ears. You may ask some of the others in the arena about them if you wish, but I would... A wise decision. Very wise. For the sake of your career, I suggest that you limit any questions you have to your fellow...
Well done! That fight was much better than this wine. With all the pure water pouring from the palace, you'd think they might have learned how to make wine that didn't taste like goat piss.
Black Whirlwind, that is you. Are you back?
No, just here visiting, and making sure nothing happens to your...
So you won't be...
No, leave it alone, Quee. You know better than to bring this up. Just mind your business, promoter.
You travel in curious company. Regardless, when you're ready, come talk. I know him, yes, but I know better than to contravigate his wishes. If you want to talk about... Now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for your entry into the Bronze Division. It will take me a bit of time before you'll be ready for your next fight. You should talk to the other fighters here. They've been watching you and are getting nervous. Of course, I'll need more time. It's just a matter of preparing the proper documents. Why don't you kill the time by making your way out? Actually, that reminds me. A woman was here watching your fight against hapless Han, dressed all in black and veiled. She seemed impressed with your preference. Just before she left, she told me to tell my new fighter that she was still waiting to see you. She said you'd know...
Wuwuwir wakwakir fonir. Kwanak apiyir. Kwanaruk tat utarawi ir. Kukitir sanir. Yawa ir. Wolf swire su. Utarawi ir. Kukitir sanir naur kurk. Kop awuka inir. O afawafi ithaturo turo u. The kawa ir ap u ofir wowowir wak fonu unka. Utarawi ir, kupkitir sanir naur kurk, pan. Uyo ir, naur ir kuno urk nuko uk, ki... Nara... Kop awuka inir, o afawafi ithaturo turo uk. Kop awuka inir, o afawafi... Nara ir uk napir sonkut, usatatir, yawar ir, wo swire susu no.
You look a shade better than the usual cowardly duck. So you've earned the right to talk to me. Look, Iron Soldier's the name, though everyone just calls me Soldier. You ground the hapless one beneath your feet like everyone else does, huh? Han's pathetic for wasting time on... Then again, watching Han stumble to Dr. On every time he tries to handle the real Bronze Division fights... Given half the chance, yes. If you can't handle it, you don't need to talk. There's some people who call the way I operate walking the low path, but... Talking about the low path is an attempt to deride the philosophy. There's no real altruists in this world. Just people who explain their actions with reasons that... I refuse to kowtow to those kind of lies. I'm a warrior. Like I care. It's in my nature to rail against simpering fools. That's all there is to it. I'm not here to hash this over with you. If you want that... Now go on. I don't pay attention to the Bronze Division. Now go on.
Boy, that sure was something. I wouldn't have wanted to be me out there, except that I... Next time I should try some of that fancy stuff you do. I'm not exactly sure how you did it, though. You know, that's a good idea. I tend to focus on myself more than others. Perhaps I can learn some new tricks. All the contestants know about the guild. They are the real power here. Keep your voice low. I don't know about the guild itself, but around here the man in charge is named Kai Lan the Serpent. He's a powerful magician and incredibly deadly in battle. I never have to deal with Kai Lan, I'm not good enough to compete with the big players, so he isn't interested in me. I prefer it that way. I've heard from some of the others that they sometimes ask fighters to throw matches. It may not actually be that bad, but I always advise new fighters to be... It's not that open, but Lucky Cho and Kai Lan don't bother to hide their actions much. I wonder if the rest of the guild appreciates them being that open. As to why the Empire tolerates them, I know of at least one promising fighter who went off to join the Lotus Assassins not too long ago. It was like they recruited him after seeing what he could do here. Maybe there's some arrangement that makes the Lotus Assassins overlook... You're already past me. Now that you're a real fighter, the others will likely I know a little about Soldier, if you want to hear my take on him. But we could also talk... He's one of the most experienced fighters here, but he's hardly a mentor. Boastful, insulting, and a general pain. He is an exceptional fighter. Years of military training will do... That's all I can think of regarding Soldier.
You two sound like a pair of old crones talking about their neighbors. Everything...
I really respect Kana. She's undefeated, did you know? Made it all the way to Bronze Division champion without... I know she's from the prosperous East, but for an Easterner, she's very reserved. Easily the most... She's going to teach her style to the first person who can best her in the arena. People have been really excited about that because her sword is so deadly. My father is a smith of great renown, and he always wanted me to follow in his footsteps. My blades would be brittle, and even simple ironwork would be clunky. Eventually, I had to leave home. My father is no longer my father. I wasn't sure what to do after being cast from my home, but coming east to the city made sense. I was never properly trained. I've learned what I have from watching the fights here, practicing hard and staying focused. That's my story. One day I'll make it here, and my father will have to be proud of me. This is my chance to be someone great, and I'm sticking to it. It's always...
Fascinating. How very interesting to meet you. Fate may have robbed me of my sight at a young age, but I can still sense the energy within your meridians. Impressive, and... I don't know what it is about you exactly, but I would say you have been trained like no other... What I do know is that several of the techniques pioneered by what we call the new schools would have astonishing effects on one with... Allow me a formal introduction. I am Dr. An, acupuncturist. You are one of the arena's contestants, are you not? But I should not prattle on. Acupuncture is the process of healing the body through the release of its own energy. I release these healing energies through the very precise... Acupuncture is also most ancient science, studied as long as the Empire has stood. My techniques for releasing your untapped inner energies are newer and slightly more radical. I'm afraid I can't help you. I know all the fighters. I'm certain you understand. Of course.
О, здоровье 15 плюс 5. Плюс 10 минус 2. Давай тогда вот это возьмем за 5 косарей. Не люблю минусовые статы, там потом нам надо что-то с ними концентрировать, чтобы было все ровно. Ай, жопа.
Thawir nes tu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Soir irwu nisir tintina yewir. Aka wo nawir sawir sansinoka uknaki. Narawir woifu iruk sunur. Ukwiro ni sayir tatasi yeru wo nawir sir funi winyanakan. Wo sawir noka ukrapro ni apawafa sansir tu yeru. Oxier watuafu niye froto usosawir uktatasier ni ryoki. Wawir uyu itarir noka sisayer na workur. Wo nisir wir uk nokathaku fifir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na waftatasieruk. Kitir nonni nikuyo ipier ta. Wo panaro wo sawir tatasi ni wasunir prawun. Wo sawir kokonatoi. Wono wiri fuwirok wasaf no sisitu. Kwawir ni sisir sisitu kun wano sisitu nik on wipifir. Wo ifuwir uk sunurk danowe na waftatasieruk. Kitir nonni nik. Uksier wat tuafu. Froetro soir fuarir nsonsi noka uk frotir no tir nik puntuir poir noka uk soir takitir nonni. Uksier wat tuafu froetro soir fuarir nsonsi noka uk frotir nonni. Uktatasier ni ryoki. Ka sisayer na work awukategi. Onu yuir indikan sun puir anuk pakuk. Ono yusayer. Wo panaro wo sawir tatasi ni wasunir prawun. Wo sawir kokonatoi. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na waftatasieru. Wono wiri fuwirok wasaf no sisitu. Kwawir ni sisier sisitu kun. Uktatasier ni ryoki. Ka sisayer na work awukategi. Wo ю...
Пока со всеми, потрещишь, там 100 лет пройдет. Сейчас, ребята, буквально на минуточку я отойду. Ой, бля, сорян. Просто. Как всегда, все вовремя.
You go away. Sungbu very busy thinking right now.
Leave me be. I am...
The brothers Sung greet our fellow combatant warmly. I am Sung Bo, this is my little brother Bu, and my older brother Sui.
Do not bother me. Introductions merely clutter the mind.
I don't think they was bothering you, Sui. It's Bo being talked to.
Han falls to your strikes, as have so many before. Now that you have entered the Bronze Division, we shall see how you truly fare. Now, what did you need? We can tell you to be careful whom you ask about such things. Secret...
The serpent who dwells in the shadows of this place. Like an air spirit, he is everywhere and yet invisible to the eye.
Brother Sui puts it well. Kailan the Serpent is the guild's will in this place, powerful enough that only the brave or foolish discuss him at any length. Besides running the most expansive betting operation in the Empire, I speculate that they do much more than that, but we have been smarter. We question things in the arena, though. For example, why are we allowed to fight as one body when the guild cares more for a good show than fair play? Good shows keep the bet...
I agree. I don't want them around anymore. They scare me.
If you let fear guide your decisions, Brother Bu, you will find that you have walked the coward's path.
Philosophy aside, the Empire certainly could wipe them out. But wouldn't another similar organization appear? Regardless, if something could be done, the Empire would have done it already. You have earned the right to... Would you like to know about Soldier, or our... It seems unfair, does it not? However, you must ask yourself if you wish to be beheaded... Let us put it this way. Individually, each of us is an excellent warrior. When we faced the Ravager individually, he... Word spread that the Ravager boasted that he could beat all of us. He was victorious. Those who guide this arena were so pleased with the thought was that anyone who couldn't defeat the brothers Sung would be obliterated by the Ravager. I prefer not to give that impression, but we have been placed in this situation by the Ravager. In time, perhaps. Fighting as a group is not so bad. We provide a unique challenge for higher-level fighters, and fighting this way... Suffice it to say that the Serpent makes it worth our while to fight as a group. Ah, there's a mysterious one. He left the Imperial Army under circumstance. I expect he saw things during his time of service that would blanch the ever-rosy face of... And yet, pretty Lily is always hanging off him. We have often speculated why she is so interested.
There is something unnatural about...
He smells bad, too. Like he's sick all the time or something.
Though my brothers sound like offended courtesans, they have a point. We can't deny the Ravager's ability. Strength is part of his technique. In fact, he may be the strongest fighter here in years. Stronger even. The Ravager's prowess lies in his incredible stamina. Blows that would fell lesser men are like the bite of a gnat to him. Oh yes.
Побазарили со всеми. Так, вроде тут ничего не было. Тут, кажется, вообще ни хера нету. Хотя там вроде бы там что-то было связано там с квестом, там типа, что мы там сюда там будем, должны будем спуститься, только я не помню. Я не помню за каким.
No, I don't think so. I've told you to watch your back, and that's all you need to... I don't know. Hopefully nothing, but I'm keeping my eyes open. Not literally, of course. I respect you too much to go grabbing anything, but... I'm not keeping anything too important.
Ну да, там походу будет что-то с квестом связано. Только я, к сожалению, не помню, что именно. Так, пока бои мне запрещены, да?
Many people.
You deserve it. It was an honor to...
Crimson Kana is the champion of this round. Your next fight?
Да. Пока сходим, встретимся с этой самой, боже мой. Ну, с шелковой лисой. Я там не помню, как там Линь, Лян, там Хуян, там эту принцессу.
I am honored that you have chosen me.
Я там уже прочитал, блин. Облом. О, ну-ка. Да, опыт.
Hold on there. This way leads into the necropolis. Yes, but I must warn you, the dead aren't the only terrifying things in the necropolis. They say the lotus... I have nothing more to say on that subject. Not the nicest of top... Things have been bad over the past few, say 5 years. No one has any idea. All we know for sure is that they're not happy. Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire. It would take an army of us to clear them out. If we could do it, we just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. Bad. Real bad. Monks used to go in every few weeks to clean out the ones who had risen. You look like a warrior. I'm sure you know that even if you disperse a ghost in combat, they reform again eventually. Leave the dead to their own is what I say. Just block. Captain Sen has you collecting heads for him, does he? Good for you. A woman did make her way into the necropolis some time ago. She certainly hasn't left, so if it was this fading moon, you should still...
stranger. You have some spirit to you. You fight like... I could use the skills of a man like you. An honest working man like me can't compare with... My name is Shen. I'm the first gravedigger here. It's my job to look over the necropolis. I've got to dig the holes, fill them, and balance the books and everything. Nice, proper... No one seems to want to stay dead, and I can't go refunding all the burial money to all the families of... So, I just want you to do a little job for me. Nothing hard. Just put the ghost... Well, there'll be a little bit in it for you as well, don't worry. Can't have you going away and... So... Well, forever. There's always someone who doesn't rest too easy in their grave. But now they're coming up all over the place. The last... Especially for me. They don't take too kindly when I try to, So, you... Trouble? Well, they've always been trouble. But now they're coming up all over the place. The... Especially for me. They don't take... So... Great. They just bring themselves back up as fast as I can put them in. There are 3 main ghosts to deal with. Miss Chan, Merchant Bai, and Mr. Ren. I'll give you a reward for each. If you need a little something to give you an extra edge, I'm sure I can part with some trinkets. Well... If you need... Help! One of those damn spirits came up right in my backyard. The stupid thing won't...
Да вообще какой-то лютый чувак. Да блин. Подкоптила мне сорваку немного.
It's dead then? Heh, good. I knew that old bag would try to... Yeah, I guess you could say that. She was my mother-in-law. Never once in her life. You got what you deserved! Do you hear me? You deserved it! But any good job deserved... Here you go. She had some nice things in her grave, too. It's not a robbery. We're family. Now, go and find those... What? Eh? Never mention that name near me again. In fact, never mention that name within a mile. Now, just... Shh. Don't talk about them. They have ears everywhere, even among the dead. The Emperor's secret assassins, they call them, as silent and mysterious as death. They say no one who's crossed them has ever lived to tell of it. Well, it's my life's work, that's for sure. And with the way all these spirits have... At the center of it all is the Emperor's tomb. A monstrosity, I tell you. Completely unnecessary. Strange things have been going on here. Ghost troubles. I put them down and they get... Sorry. I get a little worked up over it all. Had one moaning around the ceiling. Anything else? That big monstrosity? They started building it for the Emperor years ago. Workers started getting sick. Ghosts from the old tombs under it gave them a bit of trouble, too. Before long, no one would go near it, and it never really got finished. Don't know what the Ah, Miss Chan. A tragedy, really, and one that happened... She died in childbirth, and the baby died with her. Her family put her in the family plot along with her son. She came up again. She seems to think that I killed her baby, or took it, or something. Maybe she saw me take away the body, but that's valuable. Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there, I'm sure. You can find it if you look. It was a long... But it was short, I know that. Anything... Ah, that one. He's mad, I tell you. Mad with fear, though, of what? He was murdered in an alleyway. Happens a lot in the poorer districts. They eventually caught his murderers, and they... You'd think he'd be grateful with them dead and gone, but up he comes the very next... Well, see if you can't do something about him quick. I'm too spooked to go in that area. He was buried by his wife a short while ago. I don't know what killed him. The family wouldn't talk about it. His wife's still around, though. She won't visit since he came up. Every time she gets near, he starts screaming incoherent. His wife, she's still around in town, I think. She lives down in the market district near the entrance to the Black Leopard School. Why would you want to see her? Anything else? Well...
Я бы что-то вот не помню, но кажется, этот там с гробовщиком там что-то типа не то было. Ну вот надо то ли замочить там надо будет, то ли сдать. Ну, короче, он и так мудак, но там вроде он какой-то там супер мудак, если я правильно помню. Вот, а та гробница императора, это вроде бы вход типа в эту там базу этих спецлотств. Но это тоже уже не особо помню, но вроде бы да.
That cheating, lying sow. Sullying the Ren name and dragging it in the dirt like this. Putting me in the dirt. Ren Fang, if I ever get my claws on you, I'll leave you a stinking... You've heard of me? What do you know? What do you want here? I have no time for idiots who only want to... I exist only for revenge. Revenge on my wife, who after so much talk of faithfulness and love, decided she would be better off without me. Poisoned me in my own house. When I find her... Oh, but I can. I can find her. But first, I need to find my way out of this damnable cemetery. We'd been having fights, my wife and I, and she decided to end it. I sat down to eat, and the next thing I knew, I had choked to death and ended up... That whore decided that I wasn't good enough for her, that she would just move on to something else after our years... But most likely, she's still at our old home. It's in the... What do you...
You're too slow! Spirit thief!
Меня эти призраки, сука, бесят, блять. Выжирают ци, сука, и хп. Такие, блять, мразоты. Еще, блять, этих магия там самонаводящая. Там всегда попадают. Массовое захоронение. Прямо жопа горит с них.
Is someone there?
Why can't I die in peace?
Is someone...
Please, bring me my baby!
Is... You. What do you want? Have you come to torture me more? Have you come to see me suffer here You know of me? You've heard about the pains I suffered in life, and this continued torment I have to endure in death? You can understand? You don't run in terror like the rest. Instead, you talk to me. Perhaps you can help. I was a merchant in life. Not a rich one, but I made enough to survive. I sold mostly to the poorer sections of the city. At the time, there were a pair of brothers, Seat Su and Si Ran, who were the terror of the streets. They were. They caught me in an alley and demanded my goods or my life. My goods are my... When I wouldn't give them what they wanted, they decided to make an example of me. They terrorized the city for weeks after that, but they were finally run down. That might have been where it ended. They were buried here, with me. Their deaths, execution by beheading, were harsh enough that they have risen again. My spirit cannot rest quiet with them here. Even now in death, they mock me and... Yes, yes! If my killers are at least removed from this world, their spirits will no longer torment me. They were common criminals, so they were not given a normal burial. They were dumped in a communal grave underground to the south. Thank you, stranger. If you can truly help me, if you do...
Так, ребята, сек, сейчас приду.
My baby, please, where is he? Where has Shen taken him? Yes. If you know me, then you must know the pain I feel. He was only a few moments old when that vile man took him from me. Please find my baby. Bring... Please. You have to help me find him. Shen must know where he... Please, bring me my baby!
Spirit thief. You won't see me coming.
No, no, we can't allow that to happen. It would be too much to bear. But this No, not at all. But what else is there? What else is there? Work, damn you, work! Huh? What do you want? You can't have me, corpse. Not... You. I'm sorry, I just panicked. I thought you were some spirit. Ah, well, my work, you see, while very important, may... I am conducting I am a doctor by trade, studying the internals of the body and the energies that drive it. My daughter, Wen Siwei, has fallen ill, and nothing in my her liver has been rotted from within, corrupted by some energy. I don't know what it is, but it has prevented her liver from functioning. I could not stand the possibility. I researched the workings of the body and the spirit. I believe I have found a way to save my daughter, but I have found a way to strengthen, no, to replace. Through the energies of the earth and by the divine will of heaven, her body can be made to accept the organ as if it were a part of her. She can be... But these cursed, wretched corpses do nothing for me. They are too old, too dead. I need something else, something more, either one that is perfectly... Her time is drawing near. If I cannot get a new... Superstitious nonsense. A corpse is a corpse with no feeling. My daughter is alive, and she needs the flesh they have already cast off. But I have tried all the organs I could find, but none work. A nobleman here, Jizin, had his body preserved well enough and buried in this graveyard, but his corpse had... I would give anything to see her saved, but my techniques... I must do the operation myself, or find a savant... A doctor of such skill?
Секунду.
A doctor and a woman? Amazing. You think she can help? Please, then, bring her to me. Let me speak with her. Thank you, stranger. Thank you. Bring her to me.
They tried to take from me, and they died. I feasted on their souls. Such is the evil I was in life, and am again in death. The underworld has no place for me. Ji-Sin lives. I am evil incarnate, a man so vicious and vile that the spirits deemed him. Now I feed on the flesh and souls of the living in payment.
A chance to repent. Can it be that after all this time, after... What is this chance? A girl. After so long, a girl. But I'm a vile and corrupt being, forever damned by the life I led. Redemption, for one such as me? I think not. My life was spent in greed and vanity. For one whose madness and evil progress even into death? Ah, the temptation, yes. So much logic, so much philosophy. But for the chance, and it is a girl. The blood is thick in my veins. A solid mass where fluid used to flow, now dry. My life has been wasted on my own sins. And in death, if my end means this girl lives, then may the heavens look kindly upon me, even though take what you need, mortal.
You're too...
Блять, капец, они затрахали, блять, вот серьезно. Это не затрахали.
What can I do? Step.
Здорово, здорово. Ну да, старенькая игруля. Ну так слушай, так ей уже и лет уже почти 20. Ну, пока 19, но через год будет 20. Но игруха прикольная. Я бы даже сказал бы офигительная в каком-то смысле.
Yes, is there something I can do for you? Yes, yes I am. How do you know my name? Have we met? It should never have happened. I was preparing dinner for him, as I normally did, but it burned, so I went and bought some food already prepared. It was the salmon. I knew it smelled odd when I bought it, but the price was right, and I needed it in a hurry, and I'm so ashamed. Yes, it is. No matter what you say, I will live the rest of my life with this guilt. But what pains me more, I have tried to visit his grave, but his madness knows no bounds. He seeks to drive me away at all costs. He never listens to me. He doesn't give me a chance, but maybe if you were there with me. Yes, if we went together, he might listen. Can we go now?
Бля, что, придется 2 раза идти? Ладно, пусть так. Окей, ладно. Хорошо.
You're back to gloat over this victory of yours, Harpy? Causing my How can you be so certain? How can you believe her after you know what she's done to me?
Because he believes me. He has seen me at our home mourning for you still. Not a day has... It almost makes me wish you'd have your wish. Just so I could be with you again.
Feng, you really do care. Then all this time, my cursing, it was wrong. Yes, you are deserving of such a reward. You killed me, but I see now in those eyes I fell in love with that you didn't mean to, and that it... I forgive you, Feng.
Thank you for what you have done. For both of us. In time, I hope I can repay you your...
Блять, а вернуть меня обратно. Ну ел и пал. Вот. Сейчас опять там с тем призраком хуяриться надо будет. Только дери. А, не, слушай, пронесло. Пронесло. Я вроде помню, здесь был какой-то квест, что там какой-то призрак, типа, вернулся в хату и не хотел уходить. Блин, вот не помню как... Ну, стопудово был такой квест. Вот я это не придумал, вот я помню, что такой был. Там надо было, типа, как-то уговорить призрака, чтобы он свалил с хаты.
While I cannot see you, your hapless Hans stumbled in here for yet another treatment after you impressive handiwork, though I find myself in a position to wish you were less skilled, especially with I think you misunderstand the situation. I have no problems treating Han. I shouldn't complain, though. The arena pays me to look after you fighters, and Han's A man in need of a doctor? Why haven't you brought him here? His daughter? Well, then something must be done immediately. If need be, I'm sure I could... A new liver? That's impossible. You would have to be mad to try that. Acupuncture can do wondrous things, but it cannot restore I know there are some practices deemed able to replace an organ, but organs do not just appear. Someone must die to provide that. No, I won't be a part of a scheme like that. The organ would have to come from somewhere. He would sacrifice himself to save this girl? I am in awe, and I would be assisting them. It is no wonder he could not do it himself. I I cannot let this be. I know I must help, though the thought of putting a living organ into another person... I will do all that I can. Lead me to him, and I will see if...
It's not right. It can't be possible that I... It's you. And this must be the doctor. Please, madam, if you could help me, you would have my eternal gratitude. I am...
This girl, such a strong, vibrant life energy in one so young and so fragile. She is too young to have such a cruel...
Please, will you help my daughter? I will give you anything, all my research, just for you to save her.
My skill in acupuncture can keep you alive through the operation, but you will not live long after. If you tell me how to proceed, I believe I can...
Doctor, my spirit will be indebted to you for all time.
It is done. The man's methods are extreme, but very effective, as was his love for his daughter. A true parent would do anything to save his child. She will live, provided she does not remain here. I will take her with me and care for her. If she wishes, I will teach her of her father's legacy. He would want... Thank you for bringing me here and giving me the chance to save them. I'll return to the Imperial...
Да ты гонишь, блядь. Вот когда надо, вы забираете, когда не надо, нет. Ну, прикольно, чё.
You'll be happy to know that the girl is doing well. She seems eager to learn the arts I know, and we may find some way to... If used carefully, her father's teachings may benefit all the Empire, but I must apply his theories in new ways. For now, she works and learns and heals. What can...
Максимально чушь в том, что, блин, что я же типа взял печень, что она типа не могла ту печень что ли пересадить или что? Чушь какая-то. Вот тут, конечно, они вот не продумали, что, типа, что можно было взять печень вон у того козлоида, типа, и ассистировать типа ему с иху. Блять, какие же эти уебища, эти духи, эти, блять, такие, сука, мрази поганые. В рот их, кстати, ебал бы. Да вы, блядь, издеваетесь, ну fuck you, блядь, сука, ёбаный ты конь. Пизда, блядь. Блять, как, сука, горит меня с них, просто невозможно. Это РПГ-ха. Надо восстановить, блять, баланс в мире. Типа того. Куча квестов, блин, всяких. Ну и типа выбор по какому там пути идти, там, либо по мудаку там, типа, боли, страдания там всем устраивает, либо типа по позитивному. Как добренький там чувачок. Короче, суть в том, что там есть император, там долбоеб, который типа поработил дух водного дракона, который отвечает там типа за потусторонний мир, там духов, там хуюхов, и типа из-за того, что этот водный дракон типа не на месте, там, короче, в мире идет срака. Вот, ну вот, а мы типа являемся. Знаешь, типа, есть этот анимационный мультсериал, там, Аватар, там, последний маг воздуха. Ну, вот, типа, у нас вот, типа, вот такая вот хрень. Мы, типа, тоже там последний, там, мы последние из воинов духа, там, короче, там, нас там, типа, ребенком вывезли, там, брат, бывший брат и императора, там, взрастил, там, обучил. Ну, короче, вот такая вот муйня, в общем. Ну так, слушай, игра вышла в 2005 году, что, в принципе, хотите от этой графики? Что еще хотите от графики, там, 19-летней давности? Да, Володька, духи это вообще такие, блядь, да хрен бы с ним бы, там бы снимайте ХП, так они снимают и ХП, и ЦИ. И ты как, блин, это самое, там пытаешься постоянно с ними выжить. Вообще жесть полная. Мне просто даже вон не хватит, чтобы полностью ее типа докачать, вот эту байду. Вот надо бы на 30 очков, чтобы добить в эту вора духа, типа там крадет там цы. Так, а что там еще мне тут пишут? А, слушай, то, что карандашом, это я ставил решейт. Я там сделал ее более четкую, короче, более яркую. Вот. Если я все выключу, то там будет другая графа. Конечно, ловушка. А бог бы с ним еще бы, типа, знаешь бы, Волоська, если бы это бы, они по одному духа. Ну, когда их трое, это ж просто так бы выбешивают. Вот один тебе на мозги, блядь, трахают. А когда их трое, это ж вообще жесть. Ну, а от компаньонов, блин, ты сам понимаешь, даже помнишь, когда ты, блин, проходил еще Dragon Age, то от компаньонов, в принципе, особо там ничего ждать не приходится. Так, а что нам не сюда, типа? Вроде бы нет, да? Тут просто еще очень бесит то, что типа идет на постоянный респавн этих блядских духов. Я вот честно не понимаю, зачем. Зачем вы это делаете? О, сейчас мы войдем, и типа эти духи опять типа зареспавнятся, да? А не, вот сейчас их нет. Сейчас их нету. Слушай, а здорово кладбище-то на самом деле. Я уже что-то даже забыл, что оно такое большое.
I do not like this place. Even compared to the rest of the necropolis, this is a dark and troubled place.
Погоди, вроде бы вот это вход был, кажется, в эту... Кажется, в... Да, это вроде был вход к этим самым, в этот, в лагерь этих... Ну, блядь, не в лагерь. Ой, к этим, в локацию убийц лотосов. Вот, кажется, вот этот. Если я ничего не путаю. Если я ничего не путаю, вот здесь был к ним вход. Или выход, блять, вот не помню, там это либо вход, либо выход.
dancing pretty lights. There's fire in the air and fire inside. They scream like music. You'll scream like a demon when fading moon puts the light inside. There's more than that on my head. There's a crown of flame that burns all the time, even when it gets tighter. You'll scream like those maggot people leeching off the Empire until they burn.
Ну да.
Storm Dragon. Legendary Sprite.
Да, у бабы там явно фонтан там это самое. Так, у нас плюс опыт, плюс левел. Левел это хорошо. Опача, нормально. Докачаем сейчас этого духа-пиздюха этого. Бам-бам-бам, есть. Хорошечно. Так, а что там было? Что здесь было? А вот тут я, кстати, не помню, что это должно быть. Но тут явно какая-то дверь. Я не помню, как она открывается. Но она вроде бы открывается. Вроде бы. Вроде бы.
Legendary Sprite. Thousand cuts. You're too slow.
Так, пацаны.
Ah, look who has come to see us. A mortal, then? Shall we feast, brother?
Yes, I want to hear his screams as I tear the skin from his
Thousand cuts. You won't see me coming. Legendary Sprite. Thousand cuts. Legendary Sprite. Thousand cuts.
ору, помогите мне. Да, блядь.
Spirit thief. Thousand cuts. You're going down.
Напрягают, они напрягают.
Thank you. I feel as if a great weight has been lifted from my... Here, something Shin hasn't found yet. I hope you use it well.
Этот биозар уже нахер не нужен, я там все уже с этим биозаром сделал. А почему вы, сука, респавнитесь, блядь? Ну вашу ж мать. Ну дайте мне спокойно здесь походить, блядь. Нет, надо мне трахать мозг, блядь. Сука, би...
Spirit thief. You're too slow.
Ходи, Волосков, в какую комнату? Ты сейчас опять меня там байтишь? Там как там с теми топорами, не? Да, блин. А может больше в ком... Да боже, сдохни, сука, животное. Пиздец. Я же уже всех в комнатах уже загасил. Там в принципе уже никого не должно остаться.
The grave digging bit. What? Ah, Miss Chan. She died in childbirth, and the baby died with her. She seems to think that I killed her baby, or took it, or something. Maybe she saw me take away the body, but that's valuable. Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there. I'm sure you can find it if you look. It was a long time. But it was short, I know that. Definitely less than 3 words. Anything... Well, that makes things easier on me, for sure. Now I can start selling those old plots again. Here's the reward. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good money for you to put them back down again. Anything? Good riddance. Hells, it was probably his old lady that offed him. Here. Now, if you find any more, anything... Oh, well, if you do... Is there... Well...
Блин, я вот не помню. Вроде бы как-то с ним можно было все-таки разобраться с этим дебилоидом, кажется. Блядь, я не помню как. Потому что чел, блин, явно такой мудак, что просто как пизда, блин. Что там осталось-то? Так, Володька, что ты у нас за челик? Ну, расскажи. Если ты меня не это самое не скамишь, то что там за чел? Я же там вроде все уже сделал.
Have you found... I can't believe anything you say. Words lie. People lie. I must see him. If your lies are true, then Shen, that murdering monster, would have buried him here. My family would have named him after I... He was my darling child. My only... I remember... There was an... aunt? An uncle? Are you sure? This boy... You lied...
Thousand cuts.
В смысле? В смысле? Блин. А почему не это? Вроде же это, кажется. Не это, не Чан-Ли. Блять, сейчас приду. Так, я вернулся. Да какое ж имя-то, ну? Какое имя? О. Чего? Блядь. Чушь какая-то слоновья.
My family would have named him after... I'd have to see his grave. But if it isn't, my despair is so great.
Ага, ладно.
My poor darling, Chen too. He is truly dead after all. I could not bring myself to believe it. Dead before his time. He rests here near my own body. My darling, darling boy. I come to you now.
Что ж с этим могильщиком можно сделать, блин? Видишь, как-то его там можно было... с ним сделать. Ой, короче, не помню, что там с ним сделать можно было. Да, ебать. Тут самое больше бесит в этих призраках вот эти вот, блин, самонаводящие их блядские снаряды. Ну это просто, конечно, пиздец какой-то. Сука, бесите.
Spirit thief. Thousand cuts. Spirit. A thousand cuts.
Вообще надо камни поискать. Может есть какой-то камень там против этого говна, блин, не знаю. Может быть есть реально камень против этой хуеты.
The grave dig. What? Well, that's a relief. Can't have her going off and trying to rip out my eyes or something every time I go around there. Here's... You know, you've done a lot of good here in the necropolis. One spirit didn't stay here at all, though. Took up his body and left. Moved in with his son, I heard, and the son isn't pleased. Now that was an expensive burial. I can't give refunds like that. I need you to go to the tanners in the city core and put his father back in his grave once and for all. It's Tanner Is there any... Well...
Вот этот квест. Вот, да. Там дух типа ушел в хату к себе обратно. Вот это я помню.
Sipa sayer ki unyer, Juanur Shinroni Sipa. Owo sayer uyukap tantarundano, wo tarwayer shafi. Owo sayer uyukap tantarundano, wo tarwayer shafir. Owo sayer uyukap tantarundano, wo tarwayer shafir owo.
Owo sun ponono. Yapapap nasia uyo sayer wood. Sayer yagoak, coconato siri panonenico. Otowe ukawana ir usoana da hoki. Niato nonapadi irovia. No you wakits oso iroko shosi. Oke fakarea ni okoristoipo. Ikirnik tine piru wo iferek okson puno. Niato no napadi irovir. Koni ook nawata ear. Wo anania everywhere ook sonarok noka ook snapir. Konir fuk no sankut na no wana napir. Isana yoyo. Tasi si tintu. Fonye wo si ye wo tahufu. Ikirnik tine piru wo iferek ook son puno.
Wo afaweer sun urk vonir ook. Ook sier sa fit kup wo sarkir. Uso sier uthak tarweir. Shathir owosu.
Niato no napadi irovir. Koni ook nawata ear.
Ak nukwair tu ak ithruir nuk apifu tatuir kwair fenurt.
He didn't deserve to die.
Koni akanatir ud kwair washun. Ok yowir rufir ni sair shenefushpa, sair renkipa, sair thinopi wuwuth u sair wansan. Ak we wo ofir, san kasowir wo siyutana.
Okir wir. No fantayana okona ni pinatawa. Niato no napadi irovir. Koni ook nawata ear.
Wo afaweer sun urk vonir ook. Ook sier sa fit kup wo sarkir.
Ko air. Ki hier io ni wo sahir brante.
Ono yu rapir, sa kwanu yawuni.
Ko air. Ki hier io ni wo sahir brante. Irkana. O nikasurir kwana no kasa iriro.
Ono yu napair, wo kwair shapshir fan onu yu sair ikupan. Onu yu sair, akanto kithi.
Tawe kawana sonir ipoki.
Wo kauso noka wowo tarweil shaksiro finopifu.
Irkana. O nikasurir kwana no kasa iriro.
Ну, вроде все.
The great... what? Of course he was dead. The family wouldn't exactly have given me a... That would be... unprofessional. Can't have stuff... You, Del? Well, that's good, I guess. As long as I'm not giving any refunds, of course. Business has been more lively lately with you around. Yeah. Sure, here.
I'm healed. I'm healed.
Боже, как эта камера любит багаться, это вообще капец. Слушай, а где там сохранился? Где там сохранился-то? Ёлы-палы. А, да? Блин, ну ладно.
I greet you, sir. I wonder if you might have... I come from a very wealthy family. As such, I have a certain lifestyle to maintain. I have to have an income, don't I? My father looked at my considerable expenses and told me to... Ah, but I am a noble. The shame of manual labor or the stink of... How could there be shame? You've got it and I want it. Should I steal it? Never. Simply ask like a civilized soul, I say. I read all the greatest philosophers and consulted with wise men before reaching this decision. Wisdom is only gained by experience. Wine, women, and song. One must ponder. One must daydream. Even if I could bear the... Well, it loses some of the subtlety when you put it that way. But yes. I thank you. It's not easy for one. Farewell.
Ну, с его логикой, конечно, хер поспоришь.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth. Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality. Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need. An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. The outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults and so far he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe. But that will... If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for... That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence. I hope your ability matches your conviction. Several others have fallen short. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please...
А я помню этот квест, там типа такой чувак был, но с этой... С ружбайкой там стоит.
Good day, citizen. It's the Honorable Lotus Assassins, you see. They feel that those of us dedicated to the Imperial Army are nothing more than louts to be ordered about. Any member of the army, even city guard, is expected to defer any major disturbances to them. Makes me... Be about your...
The busy streets are almost overwhelming. It is hard.
Там эта лисица стоит. Павильон ухода. Ну давай.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving... Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence. As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, but I still don't believe he is Sun Li, the glory... I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have... I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed. Death's Hand has almost total control over my father. We must find conclusive evidence of his crime. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassin. My father may have approved the factory without considering what it could be used for. If we just tell him my suspicion, we need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be... Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in... They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment? There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for... If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or, if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could say... Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Don Gao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Don Gao is closer to the assassins than he should. I will wait at your flyer. Or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss... A wise preference. No offense intended to your amusing companions.
Плюс тянусь сюда. Замутим сейчас со всеми, а?
Hello again. I enjoy our little chats, but I don't think anything has changed since we last spoke. I still need evidence. Meet the Executioner in the arena, or speak with Scholar Don Gao in the Scholar's Garden about the Inquisitor. Did you like it? I thought you might want a little assistance. Consider it... I thank you for your courtesy. A woman always likes to hear when her gifts are appreciated. It is difficult for one of my rank to give gifts, even one so simple as what I gave you. A princess is not normally allowed to show favorites. Better that I give it away before Death's Hand carts it off. He has been quite... Besides, it was mine by birthright to do with as I wish. Must I always be dictated to by tradition, despite my respect for it? Sometimes I want what everyone else has, to be myself. And to be myself, I gave you what I wished. Well, you're polite at least. Most nobles take gifts as a matter of course, especially those from a woman. That will be meaningless if Death's Hand or perhaps convince my father. Indeed, we cannot. I would bite my own tongue before. I'm sorry, I've ruined the mood. We should continue our talk another time. First, we must expose Death's Hand. I will. We've gone over this. Death's Hand is using the prison. My father probably knows the Lotus Assassins act. My father? What do you want to know that isn't all? Death's Hand is wearing away at that reputation. He has been present for as long as I can remember, but he only rose to prominence after the end of the long drought. My father was very caring when I was a child. Now he is cold and distant. I know Death's Hand is corrupting him somehow. I wish you...
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just...
Don't look at me. I can't do anything right now.
We'll teach you to insult a guard.
Legendary strike!
Да, бы просто взяли стражи и ебанули. Вообще похуй. Подумаешь, там двумя больше, двумя меньше. Нашли новую конфигурацию, кстати.
Welcome, friend. The lecture won't be starting for a little. I wouldn't worry about seating. Those interfering philosophers. What? Huh, that's quite a question. I'm not sure who told. Nobody here suspects me to be anything but an overzealous scholar, and I'd like to keep it that way. You have a flying machine, do you not? Yes, I know about that. Go back to the landing area. If the Lotus Assassins wanted you dead, your life would be... The location is public, yet relatively private. Common folk are not welcome on the landing area, so there... He already knows, I'm sure.
Your course is set. The Inquisitor will be waiting at your camp. Appease him, and you...
Oh, good to see you again, my... Don't let the name fool. The philosophers believe that the gods dictate... Of course, anyone who cares to look can see that the birds... I have a theory that the massive when birds fly south just before autumn, they cause the winds to change. It's really quite simple, but... Don't get me wrong, I like most of the philosophy. They're always preaching about peace and harmony. Really, we kill and subdue. Can a man survive long enough without eating meat? What about the peace and harmony are wonderful ideals, but in nature... I'm glad you asked. Today I will speak on my theories of cloud formation. The basic principles are really quite simple. I deduced after lengthy study, when the weather is cool, you can clearly see small clouds escaping from people's mouths. Similar clouds, these clouds of breath rise up and collect near the tallest peak.
Сейчас, подожди секунду.
Hello there, traveler. Forgive my forwardness, but I noticed your arrival earlier while I was at the tavern. That fly... I actually have a design for a new prototype flyer, and I hope to get funding to build it one day. The other scholars aren't interested in my inventions, though. Me? You want to ask me? Oh, I'm Scholar Zenyu. I'm one of the newer scholar elites. I was actually born in the poor quarter, but my uncle brought me here when I was... He knew I would never have a chance at a real life unless I had some proper schooling. I've lived here with him ever since. Now there's a question you don't hear very often. Not too many people... I'm not one to believe in superstitious nonsense, but I still wouldn't want to draw his attention. He's very powerful and very dangerous. Some people even suggest that he has gained some control over our honorable emperor. I find it hard to believe, but I suppose it's possible. A city like this always has rumors. Some people say the ghosts are angry and attacking innocent people, but I wouldn't believe any of that. Just because the Emperor hasn't been seen in a while doesn't mean he's ill. I think they are just rumors. I haven't seen any ghosts at all, angry or otherwise. If the Come to think of it, I don't know any one person who's ever seen a ghost. I prefer to spend my time and energy on things that are real. Designing a new prototype flying machine now that... The Emperor is a wise and powerful man. How else could he have solved the drought so many years ago? I wasn't born then, but I've heard the stories. It's true that he hasn't been seen much recently, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's not like the Empire is falling apart in his absence. Maybe he's just taking a rest from all the hard work he's done. Nobody deserves... Sure. A city like this all... But... Sure.
Osansiazo no go boko. Koni uk noia kup sa ia. Pakeni wa kawane ya. Awa utko wo kok. Wasrafno sositu no ko ota napia ifario. Wo kupketita sumpono sat. Woso awi ani tu uksumpu. Kutkosi wiwa ya. Wo nawa ya ifawiya okta. Koni uk noia kup sa ia sisia su. O ifo ya uksonko noko isansia. Niwupa ia kupu sa ia awath kraka ia nano uksaro iso awath utkua wo kokopia kawa ia ewo. Wokawa ia tanke ia nano wo ia wasonak. Uksa ia spithu ki upkoniaro thakno. Uksa ia kawa ia a i. Yo wi.
Greetings, and welcome to the Scholar's Garden. I am I see by your accoutrements that you are not from the Imperial City. As Sagacious Tien once said, more valuable than silk are new friends in a foreign land. As Sagacious Tien once said, kind words and respectable attire. I am glad to help you. I am honored that you would ask. Perhaps I could explain the core principles. The teachings of Sagacious Tien are also referred to as the way of the open palm. Harmony with the world comes from in other words, accepting your place in the world and using your skill. Discord is the other side of the coin. These people will ignore the world, and Sagacious Tien taught both harmony and discord. Sagacious Tien was the first emperor. His teachings founded this great... We do know that he brought peace to the people of the Empire. Well, that is a delicate issue.
Ой. Тоже бы на куче болтовни всякой. Да, вон этот, блин, этот чувак там со своей там этой самушке там. А где там был чувак, который типа этот обманщик, или чё он там, который бабки брал? Будем искать его.
I hope you're not here to pester me. I'm a very busy... Suspicious? Oh, heavens no. Everyone... Well, no, not him. He, of course... All manner of studies. The history of dramatic systems, applied theology, and, celestial integration. All of these are vital pursuits of knowledge. Not that you would understand. Well, you see, drama can be broken down into several systems, and I study the history. Well, there's the new system, of course, but everyone knows that. Then we have the, old system. That's a brief summary of my latest. Oh, it's all very complex, and I really don't feel like... That's how you know I'm a scholar, you see. Of course not! I'm... Ah, dread. This isn't working at all. You're here to hunt me down, then. Lord Rento has it in for me, and I figured it would come to this. I don't suppose running would do me any... I was unjustly accused. I simply petitioned Lady Rento for some silver to support me as an actor. Patronage, it's called. She agreed, but her husband flew into a rage when he found out, and now I have a death sentence on my head. It's not fair. And if you were a decent person, you'd help me get out of this city instead of taking me in. It's the only way I'll get clear of Lord Rento's wrath. You need more proof than my pathetic attempt to pose as a scholar? How about the fact that Lord Rento was out of town when I bilked him? Not that anyone but Lady Rento will confirm that for you. Still, it should be apparent that I'm not some great confidence man. We should go see Captain Sen right away if you're sure. Is now a fair time to go down to the gate to get me out of here? The only easy way out of this city is through the gate that Sen is guarding, and he's looking for me. However, if I disguise myself as a mercenary and sneak past him, I might just get... Just tell him that I've already escaped, and I'll get away just fine.
Citizen, I hear there's progress in the search for Creative Yukon. A scholar... How did he get past me? He couldn't access a flyer. What is that man doing? Are you certain he's gone? Would a bit of silver jog your memory? What do you say? Look at that tart swinging her hips for that mercenary. I can't see how Yukon slipped past us. Did he bribe one of my agents somehow? Well, the Imperial Army has more... Well, if you say so. Despite Lord Rento's insistence to the contrary, I doubt he was a master criminal. Is there anything else that the Imperial Army... Of course, I can give you... Fading Moon is an arsonist. Well, as I said... Right. Always.
Не понял, а...
What?
А кому сдавать их, блядь? Чё? Кто? Блядь, я ее чё, типа, не убил, что ли? Или я... Блядь, Я чё бы проебался и загрузил, когда я... Да быть того не может. Быть того не может. Жесть.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble. You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? I am Incisive Chorus, a playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. One of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. The play must go on, but not as they want it. The play's been changed, you see. One very... Once you change this scene, you change the very soul of the production. It's hard... They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire. I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole... There's that too. Anyone could take offense. Now I will gladly offer you the going rate for... I need you to take a role in the play and read the role you have a most regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no... If you talk to first-degree thespian Fong up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines. Of course, all the roles are played by men, or at least women with the decency to... Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal. Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever. So, remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make... Now, good... No, you're about...
Чего? Нихуя не понял. Пиздец. А чё за баг-то такой? Я не понимаю. Я реально проебался и загрузил не то сохранение, и сейчас все по-новому буду проходить? Пизда. Ебать мой хуй. Жесть, я где-то проебался с сохранениями и загрузил, блять, сука, ебать колом. Ебануто, ебаный рот. Пиздец, блять, рот оно ебись. Ай, блядь. Ебанись. Ну, чё, заебись, блядь. Только времени проебать. Хуета. Короче, я потом сам пройду там этот некрополь без стрима. Да хуй знает. Блядь, ну ты ебанулся. Просто, сука, жесть. Просто пиздец какая-то жесть максимального, блядь, уровня. Ёбнуться можно. Короче, я не знаю. В общем, да, ребята, я потом пройду без стрима, короче, не знаю. Да ты ёбаный некрополь этот раны, ссаный.
Excuse me. You're in my way, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for our replacement actor. You? Well, why aren't you in costume? If you're going to be playing there's no time for you to run back and get yours. I'm sure we can find one to fit in. Did they give you a copy of the script when they sent you over here? Let me... No! This is all wrong. They sent you with the old script. The script's recently been revised. So even if you're familiar with the old version, read it again for the... Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few... We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are. I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, ruin your scene, and you get nothing. Just like normal. Just get at least half the lines correct, and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes. Now, read that script over. Come talk to me when you've got it.
Ой, жесть. Бля, ну это ж надо было так проебаться, ебануться с этим сохранением долбаным. Пиздец. Чтобы на конь. Обида, блять, просто обида. Жесть.
Have you read the script? Do you feel one with Lady 14? That's the spirit. Let's get...
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. All the scattered kingdoms have seen the light of his rule, and our emperors, the arable lands to the south, all the way to the useless jungles, which were left as nothing for the Monkey King. To the east, sagacious Tien has spread his light to the very waters themselves. But what word from the wastes of the Horse Lords? Aha! What is this? Why, 'tis Lady 14 Flower, my dearest Lady 14 Flower. Peace in the north? Could this be? Have all the Horse Lords been subjugated so easily? Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most... Tell me, most gracious lady, when was... Sagacious Tien is indeed wise to think on matters of such import. Regardless of the decision's timing, I'm sure our exalted leader acted upon his... And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was... A great river? How very... There's been nothing but the gentle draft with such a chill in...
Блять, я все забыл. Сука. Был все.
Ah, yes. For while things can seem warm, and the sun becomes locked to... It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for... The heavens had turned to him? These words, Are they... Wait. What word? The Emperor sends word of his return. The horse... What happened to cease the expansion? A celestial event. And so, our most noble emperor saw a sign from the heavens. For now, even I see that there are limits. My lady, you have my...
What in the dragon's eye was that? I saw no treason there. The informant will suffer for a lifetime.
You there, Lady 14. That was pretty solid. It's too bad you couldn't...
You continue to surprise me. I wouldn't have thought you the aspiring actor.
That was a curious interpretation of your role. I believe I owe you an actor's fee. I'm glad you were here to fill in. We would have sunk faster than a bottomless boat without a soft... Rather fun. Now I know you're not one of the guild actors. The performance wouldn't have... Now, if you'll excuse me.
Had your, I never attend my own plays. No, much too nerve-wracking. Someone goes for me. She is... I can't believe that performance. Disgraceful. Had you followed the original script... I know my own work, and I'd have let that performance slide had you flubbed only one of the important... The worst part is that the commoners loved it. I'm sure it'll make vast amounts of silver, each coin...
Ой, ладно, ребят, короче, все, на сегодня я пока заканчиваю. Вот. Завтра не будет, потому что завтра мне надо будет на работу, поэтому уже не будет не до игр, короче. Вот. Продолжим тогда в пятницу. Вот завтра будет что-нибудь у меня на ВКшке. Вот, так что спасибо, кто был. Павловичке спасибо, что он ко мне заглянул на YouTube. Давайте. Всем хорошего дня. Вот, увидимся в пятницу. Все, пока-пока.